I think it was a good move on the part of the county. Obviously, there's a lot of county tax dollars that go into that lake. It's a public lake, a public body of water, and we want it to stay that way. I did have a long discussion with Joe Manna, and he's the chairman of the board over there, and of the Rushford Lake Recreational District, and we've agreed to meet sometime probably after Labor Day, sit down and get all the issues out onto the table and try to work out a compromise. The compromise, obviously, the word connotates that we're going to weaken our position or we're going to change our stance in some way. That's not what our intentions are. Our intentions are to get that gate gone, to get the hours back where it's basically unrestricted access that the public would have to Rushford Lake, and to improve the hours of operation, those kind of things, and to get rid of the exorbitant fee. That fee is 400% more than any other lake in the area. We want it down where it's reasonable. If there has to be a fee, we understand that they've got cost of operation, those kind of things, but we want it to be a reasonable fee. Hopefully we can sit down, hammer out these issues, and for the benefit of all the users and the taxpayer in total. That's what I'm hopeful for. Well, our intention is to make it an open meeting, to have, obviously, have the Rushford Lake people there that are, that want to be there. We want the legislators from that district, obviously, to be involved. We want Senator Kathy Young's office to be involved. Obviously, she's a stakeholder here with the grant and those kind of things, and she represents the state of New York. And we want the users, the sportsmen, the sports federation, concerned citizens. We want their input into the meeting. Obviously, a camel is what they call a horse designed by a committee. So we can't have it an awkward group, an awkward body. We want people there that aren't going to be there just to air their complaint or make a statement and walk out the door. We want worker bees to show up that want a constructive, permanent solution to this issue, the problems that the lake people face, and the taxpaying public. Obviously, Rushford has some issues with the dam over there. I've been told I serve on the Soil and Water Committee. I understand that there is some pretty bad leaks in that dam, especially over on the Candia side of the lake, that have to be repaired, remedied. They've batted around cost figures up into the millions of dollars to do that. The county doesn't have that kind of money. I don't believe that there's any single source in Rushford that would have those kinds of dollars to throw into that dam. But working together, with the federal government, with the state, and local resources, hopefully we can get that taken care of. We can reduce Rushford Lake's operating expenses so they don't need that kind of revenue, $40 a launch or whatever they're looking at to maintain that. I'm excited about Senator Kathy Young's participation. She's a valuable resource, very knowledgeable about the issues and the topics and the people involved. She's got enough seniority now in the New York State Senate that she's a mover and a shaker, and that's the kind of person that we need at that table. Hopefully it's going to be a constructive, simple process. We've got time now. The lake is going to be closed. In October, they do the drawdown and after Labor Day and all that kind of thing. So we've got, nobody's holding a gun to our head, so to speak, and we've got time to hammer out these issues and come up with a constructive, positive, solution here that is not going to cost the taxpayers a whole lot of money. That's what I'm looking for. We've only got so much resources here in Allegheny County. Our population is dwindling. We're down to 48.5 now, 48,500 people. Our taxes are way, way too high. We need to consolidate and to make ourselves as efficient as we possibly can, or we're going to drive our children away, and anybody that wants to come here and have a permanent life and those kind of things. So those are all the considerations that we have to go over, and hopefully I'm upbeat about it. I think we can do it. We just need to get the right focus, the right people at that table, and I believe in the American spirit. I believe in the American working person and what they can achieve. And if we're focused and dedicated to this purpose, I think there's no obstacle that we can't overcome. That's just the way I feel. Knowing what I know that's being bantered on the docks and in the boats and the yachts over there, no, I wasn't surprised. I was disappointed that when you have New York State senators sitting there and you agree to something and then things change after you walk out of the room, I don't think that's a good thing, So I was disappointed, I think is a better term. Hopefully this is going to see the light of day and reasonable people, their thoughts, their spirits, their heart and mind is going to be dedicated to making this a long-range solution. What's still out there is that some segments of our community may not be welcome by some of the permanent residents over on Rushford Lake. I know that weekends over there, the lake used to be, anyway, very busy. I was told that if you were going to go to Rushford Lake, this has always kind of been the byline, that if you were going to go to Rushford Lake, don't go on the weekend because there's just so many people over there with these speedboats and these jet skis and those kind of things, and they're whipping it up like a bowl of cream over there. It's just, and if you're a resident and you pay the taxes that those people do for those properties over there, I could see a little of the frustration and all that. But those are issues that we can deal with. We've got a sheriff's patrol over there. Somebody's behavior, their actions are contrary to the public good. We have law enforcement on site. We have, the authority to set rules and codes of conduct and all the rest of it. And if you don't comply with that, you're asked to leave. Get off the lake. Get out of here. We're not going to have it. It's a peaceful, calm environment, rural, and we want it to stay that way. If you're going to throw beer cans overboard and pop the champagne cork and do all kinds of obnoxious things, harass the locals, we don't want that, and those folks will be asked to leave. Those are rules of conduct that we can adopt and address the situation. But we shouldn't tell the general public, John Q. public, Mrs. Citizen, we don't want you. And to make sure you can't come, we're going to change the hours and we're going to jack the fees up so that if you want to spend a week over here, it's going to cost you, an arm and a leg. That's what we don't want. We want Rushford Lake to be a welcoming and encouraging and inviting atmosphere, and that's the end that I'm going to work for to see that happens.